You are listening to the Eskimo Empire Podcast, a proud member of the Canadian Football Podcast Network.
Theodore. He's a friendly tugboat, something, something, something.
Welcome to the Empire. It's the Eskimo Empire Podcast.
This is Trevor Harris.
Hey, how you doing? This is number 58, Travis Bond.
This is Christoph Malomba Chimanga.
Hey there, this is your co-host, Kenny Stafford.
Hey, this is Ryan King.
Calvin McCarty.
And you are listening to...
You're listening to the Eskimos Empire.
You're listening to the Eskimo Empire Podcast.
The Eskimo Empire Podcast. Hope you guys enjoy listening.
Welcome back to the Turf District. This is the Eskimo Empire Podcast, and we are now part of the Alberta Podcast Network, powered by ATB. I'm Andrew, and tonight is a hostful episode with my good friend, Superfan Mike.
How is it going?
It's lovely.
Excellent. I'm a big fan of ATB, actually. They have our mortgages.
Oh, good.
Several accounts.
We're going to talk about them a lot in a moment.
Excellent. I can't wait.
And, of course, Commissioner Kayla is back.
Hello.
How are you?
You know.
Yeah, you know?
Good.
Well, I know because no one else does. We've already been talking for an hour, but no one else knows.
Well, it can remain a mystery. They can decide for themselves by the end of it.
Ooh. International Woman of Mystery.
I love it. Speaking of international women, you were doing the
Interprovincial,
trip.
anyway.
Interprovincial, that's right, yes.
That sounds like...
How was your trip?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, we missed you.
Yeah. I mean...
She's of course you did.
Exactly. Well, who are you again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why am I here? What is going on in this room?
I did tune into the Periscope, though. Come on, guys.
That's true. We saw that.
Yes, you did.
Although it kept going on the fritz, so I'm not sure. BC doesn't really like y'all.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
Well, you know.
That's because we just beat them at that point.
That's right. Exactly. They're
angry
like,
internet.
if we keep watching this, we're going to get sacked. So they decide we better stop watching. Cut it out. Cut it out. Yeah, that would be not very good.
Tisk.
How was your guys' Canada Day weekends?
Good. Headed up to the museum this morning,
nice.
Which was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I love the new museum. So
I haven't been in there yet.
Oh, it's great.
So the one time I went, I'm like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to park. So it's like,
I just parked my usual spot because I work downtown. So
cheater!
It's all
do they
connected.
have a parking lot?
There's one about a block away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's close.
Yeah. And what'd you do for the long weekend?
I don't remember lots.
Wow, so it's a really good long weekend for Kayla. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, of course, Stingers game on Friday.
There you go.
Y'all need to check it out. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know. Their next game's on Thursday at home, so yeah.
Is that right?
Little shout out.
How are they doing this year?
I don't know.
Excellent. Good. We should all check it out.
We should all check that out.
Just kidding. When I watch, they win, so that must be a good thing. They're doing good. They're doing good. I actually don't know how the playoffs work. I have to dig into that because there's only 6 teams in the CBL. So.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to. This is their first year, so I think everyone's... Don't blame me for not knowing everything.
In the Naismith division.
We're just trying to get it all together and learn all these things. That's good.
I haven't had a day off in a long time, so I'm looking forward to when that will happen, which is in no way anytime soon.
Somewhere in 2021? That'll be nice.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I just want a day off. I don't want to talk to anybody for one whole day.
Well, it's good to plan early.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know when you might have time, right? Yeah, exactly. I had a fairly busy weekend because my sister got married.
Yes, congratulations,
we were there and having some fun with that. Probably the most I've ever seen Nathan dance in my life.
Outstanding.
But it was he actually led the Dame Tukasita dance, the alien lizard dude on YouTube, and he knows how to do it, and he was showing everybody, and it was
nice. That's what you do at weddings.
He also has a great floss.
He has an amazing floss. So yeah, if they ever get the floss cam going at the Esks games,
they need to.
Oh, you watch? Nathan will kill it.
Yep,
he's outstanding at it. He can get going super fast now. I'm like, how the hell do you keep doing that? It's ridiculous, but
Some
it's so much
kids
fun.
have more skills than us.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of mine.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Well, now, as I said, we are now part of the Alberta Podcast Network.
We are.
And it's been a great experience so far. But let's take a second. You even mentioned it. Let's talk about ATB Bank that powers the network. They actually do have a no-fee, all-in digital bank account. So it's kind of a great way to bank, borrow, and save all in one account. And you can make everyday digital banking a breeze because there's no monthly fee, there's no minimum balance, there's unlimited digital transactions, and free Interact transfers, which I know I use a lot.
I have one of those accounts. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
And do you love it?
I do.
That's excellent. So
I don't have to think about it. I just get my money in. I mean, everything I do banking is digital anyway.
Yeah.
So it's been great for me. I don't have to worry about every time I hit an Interact, is this going to charge me? It's great.
And somebody who's, just getting into another mortgage, ATB likes you too.
Yes, they do.
It's excellent. So make sure that you check it out. You can sign up for the ATB no-fee all-in account by visiting atb.com. It's 24/7 banking at its finest, and Superfan gives it his, stamp of approval.
I give it 2 jazz hands up.
Beautiful. Love it. All right, let's talk a little Esks news. Now, not a lot of news this week.
It is literally a little Esks news. Yeah.
Very little. We did get to, of course, it always comes out the day after we record.
Right.
But Ellingson did get CFL Player of the Week for the game against BC.
Yep.
Oh.
Well-deserved.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, not against Winnipeg.
I was like...
We have no play... Well, you know what? We might get a Player of the Week.
We might. If there was a special teams Player of the Week, we know who would get it.
Yeah, a little different way, but there is somebody who might get a mention. All right, so we can skip right into the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Esks did lose 28-21 to the Bombers in a close one.
Bombers 28, Sean White 21.
Exactly. So I guess we know what's falling into the positive part of this. But I want to talk first about what a lot of people were talking about, which is the field goal decision with just over 2 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
We're marching down the field, first down, and we kick the field goal. So now, Kayla, you rolled your eyes as soon as I said it, so I'm going to let you talk first.
You don't think what you think I rolled my eyes for is probably not what you.
Okay,
yeah,
and that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. I don't care. It was a decision that had to be made. Either way, it was I think personally it was the right choice because the offense just was not doing its job. They weren't catching a ball, so take the points and hope to God that we can march downfield and, I don't know, maybe actually score a touchdown for once in this game. Personally, I think it was a fine idea. I have no problems with it. It wasn't a game that was like, it's win or lose. This is us or the playoffs. That's it. It's the third game. It's against a really good team. The defense was showing up. The offense wasn't. Sean White was gold. I didn't have a problem with it. Okay. And I just don't understand how people are so heated. Like, history repeating itself. This isn't the playoffs. It wasn't the exact same amount of time. Even then, I kind of understood. I was upset, but I kind of understood where he was coming from that playoff game. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it, but I got it. This one, I liked it. It was fine. Yeah. Lots of time left. Put your faith in the defense. And special teams got that tackle way back in the field.
Yep.
Tune out, gone, good. It went to plan. The only thing is the offense couldn't do it twice.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean...
Execution.
So...
Yeah, execution is so huge.
And in that response, in that result, I don't understand why people are having such a hissy fit because they had 2 chances after that. They lost. The Bombers lost the ball and then they got it back.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good. Like, they wouldn't have caught it anyway, so what does it matter? I mean, Sean White got Player of the Week for me, so that's... I don't understand why people are so furious. Don't go on the Facebook Eskimos page and read threads. People, stay far away.
I think you can say that about anything on Facebook. Never read the comments.
Even in Twitter, some of it is just trash.
I personally also agreed with the call. We needed something. We needed to do it quickly. I think people said, well, you should have taken a shot downfield. You think the defense wasn't ready for that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
They knew they were going to take a shot downfield, and I mean, it's a famous saying that I know I've heard Lancaster say and many others, when you throw the ball, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're lucky, it's not caught. But if it's an interception, then the game's over at that point.
Yeah.
I did talk with Paul Reckner during that exact moment, and he was not a fan. And the reason is because he says you're going for the tie. He wanted someone to go for the win. And to do that, you had to pass the touchdown.
Which would have been great if they were catching balls.
And then hope to get a second touchdown. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
At that point, then you have the option. It's like you settle for the tie as opposed to, because now you've already, all you need
unless
is
you
3
go for the
points.
2-point convert.
Right. Which is also a possibility.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, to me, I thought it was a good decision. We needed as much time on the clock as possible. The defense was doing well.
Yeah.
And getting a 2 and out was a realistic possibility. So I thought, you know what, I had no problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so much as that I had a problem with it as much as I just want to say, like, we know that Moss did it before. And it was same kind of mentality.
But it's completely different situation.
But it is a different
different
every
team
game is different, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there was a lot of...
he's going to take field goals, and every time he says the field goal team out, it's not a replay of that.
Absolutely. But
let them think that way.
My thought on it was... Now, I'm going to be fair. I didn't watch it until Sunday.
Right.
Because on Thursday night, it was the last day of school, and it was important for me to take my kids laser tagging.
Sure.
So we did that. So much fun. So much fun.
It is fun.
It's always fun when you get to shoot your family members. It's wonderful. But it's and it's also kind of
stress reliever.
Yeah, exactly. But nobody gets hurt. It's just great. Needless to say.
Great fun.
So I already knew that there was this
controversy
issue kind of coming at the end. But how do you... I mean, I don't think it's that bad because Sean White is also on fire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He's hit 6 in a row, and we're putting it inside the 30. Take the 3, and like you said, then get the 2 and out, and then...
And it allowed him to break a record.
Make your offense... earn it.
Yeah.
When we were up
good point, yeah.
When we had 15 points, I said Sean White was halfway to winning this game.
Yeah.
He only needed 10 field goals. We could have won it. 30-28. I'm just saying.
So close.
So close.
The way we were going, I thought it was a realistic possibility.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So I can see arguments on both sides, and I can see where the negative arguments come because we lost the game. On the other hand, if we had connected and then won the game, would then everybody be saying it was a brilliant idea?
Exactly.
I don't know.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was just, it would have been the best use of game time management.
Right.
Yeah. And I suck at time management, so I should know when it's good.
There you go.
Well done. Okay, well, in a loss, I think that we'll start with the stuff that isn't as good, and that way then we can start kind of end on a better note.
Yeah.
So some of the bad things in this game.
Bad versus ugly?
Superman, well, either. Where do you want to start?
I don't care what the rec laws say, you don't go 3rd and 1 from the gun. That was a terrible call.
I
absolutely
100%
terrible.
agree.
I've got a list of my good, bad, and ugly, and then all it says is 3rd and 1 from the shotgun. 3rd and 1, exclamation mark.
Like,
exclamation mark. Exclamation mark.
I don't care how good CJ Gable is.
You get a yard off the ball.
Like, and we have been gold at leaning it in for years.
Yep.
Why would you stall?
And we still are.
Why would you stall a perfectly good, like that was another one of those great drives.
Yeah.
That maybe that would have ended. And again, we score a touchdown on that drive, and that has the complexion of the game changes completely.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you can rocket him across and don't do
There's
it.
a few of them we're going to talk about. Martese Jackson fielding balls on the 1. We need to stop that. I mean, it's happened a couple of times with Robinson and with Martese.
Yeah.
Like, that just shouldn't happen.
Right. Just let it bounce
AJ's got to coach him. Just listen, if you can see the 5-yard line from where you are and the ball's coming, let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let it bounce over you.
I've got a whole bunch more, but I'm sure we're all going to talk about them.
We'll get around.
Yeah.
Kayla?
Well, I feel like it's pretty obvious the next couple ones that are...
Well, pick whichever one you want.
Oh, just one? How dare you?
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you can have 2.
Well, since I already kind of mentioned the other one, I'll go for the other one.
All right.
And we need to kind of start controlling those penalties right now.
This sounds so familiar the last couple of weeks.
I know. It's a record that I don't want to keep repeating, but it is. And I don't get it at this point.
3 games in a row with over 100 yards and penalties. We won the first 2 somehow, but sooner or later it's going to bite you in the butt.
It just shows how good this team was that we could overcome
Absolutely.
Shooting herself in the foot.
And we almost did in this one too.
Yeah.
To some degree,
to
though,
a good team.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I hate it when we lose.
The team that people have been saying are the favorites to win the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I think we played better than them. We just, unfortunately,
Shot
couldn't
ourselves
execute.
in the foot.
Yeah.
Well, who said on Twitter, was it, I can't remember, but it wasn't so much of the Bombers won, the Eskimos lost.
Well, I mean, I got to give the Bombers some credit. They were
Of
definitely
course.
playing.
They put
course.
4 touchdowns on the board,
Yeah.
so they
Not
did
taking,
well.
not discrediting them at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, the stats show outplay. We just,
Yeah.
there's one glaring one that's 13 and 139 yards and penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not very good.
That's
yeah.
crap.
All right. Do you have a second one that you would like? I don't want to take it away from you.
No, I'm okay with sharing.
All right, then.
For now.
Great. Then I'm going with the one that I was going to do anyway. Push-ups!
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And it
Good
wasn't
glorious
just
God.
wasn't just at the end either.
No.
Just through the kid.
It was throughout the entire game.
And everyone was dropping.
No, everybody
Yeah.
took a turn.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
took a turn. There's some egregious ones at the end of the game. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they know that they had the problem, but it was just so frustrating because you're like, we're right there. And Harris, I mean, he's putting it where now earlier in the first 3 quarters, he did have more of this game where they kind of went overhead a little bit, but overall the ball's there. I mean, you're a receiver. your whole name is receiving the ball, and so we did have some issues with that in this particular game.
No question.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. When you have a loss, it's not like it's one player or even one group of players. There were problems across the board.
Yep.
Especially on the offense.
Yes, this game for sure.
Yeah, I thought that this was probably Colin Kelly's worst game this season, no question.
I would have to agree.
You're going up against Willie Jefferson, who is an all-star at that position, but he was struggling this game for sure.
Yeah.
You could see it.
I would like to have seen them maybe change something up to give him a little better shot there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and even like looking at the DBs in the secondary for Winnipeg, like you could see Harris usually gets the ball off quick. Like he's very, very pinpoint in his execution. But in this one, he was pulling a Mike Riley, and that's because the receivers couldn't get open. There's nowhere to throw.
Yeah. Well,
or if they are, it's your third receiver. So by the time you get to that guy,
no, it's
and then they drop it. So I mean,
yeah. Well, we do give up our first sack of the year.
Yep.
And there was actually 2, but the second one got wiped out by a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, here's the thing, and I said this when we were talking about a little bit on Thursday night when I was kind of texting with you too. It's like, well, it's week 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like we got blown out.
Nope.
By a team, again, that should be considered to be the favorite to win the Grey Cup.
Especially with their consistency.
Right.
We did have a shot at winning this.
Yep.
And it was just some of these little things.
Just 3 more field goals.
Yep, exactly.
Dang it, Sean.
That's all it took.
So close, Sean. So close. Yeah. Got any other uglies or anything you want to talk before we go to some good stuff?
I think we need to move some positive. I think we've talked about the penalties and the drops. We've talked about some of the individual performances and execution. But let's talk about some good stuff and bring this around.
There was some good stuff in here. All right. So, I think on the good side, I mean, I want to talk about Harris in general. Because I did say he did, there's some overthrows, things like that. But he's over 300 again.
Yep.
65% even with all of the drops.
Right.
Like, this guy is playing on another level.
For sure.
And I mean, I was really impressed with what he did.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people had questions about him coming there because they want to knock him, right? Mm-hmm. Especially coming to the Eskimos.
And now you're coming to the West. That was the big deal, too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So now you're going to be facing all these other great teams. And now, I mean, Ottawa's been doing great. And Hamilton's been obviously lights out. So, maybe it's not going to be this whole, it's all West and not East.
Good.
But no, I think Harris showed he was a good leader.
Yep.
I think he's shown he's got the mechanics and he's got the skills and he's always looking to improve.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it almost feels like he wants to prove something on this team.
He's replaced some legends already.
Yeah.
Or at least Ricky and now Mike and that Hank guy.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. Some guy.
You mean the guy that saves all the teams? That one?
That's the one.
one. Okay, just make... You know what?
Shove it.
All right. Next. What do you got for some good there?
I mean, to the surprise of absolutely no one, I thought C.J. Gable was fantastic again.
Yes.
Used in all 4 quarters. He had 82 yards rushing on the ground on 17 carries, which is a 4.8 average.
Yep.
He had 19 yards receiving on 4, which is, again, another pretty solid night, 4.8 average. Anyway, over 100 yards between receiving and rushing the ball. I thought that was excellent. And then when we get to the player of the game, I'll talk a little more. But I thought again, Gable is leading the league right now in rushing. He's a fantastic back. He's a load to bring down, and they're willing to just let him not be great in the first quarter, or at least not get a lot of yards in the first quarter. I shouldn't say not be great because he is, and it really pays off.
Absolutely, it pays off in the third and fourth, and the play action, right? Like if you can get that balance, it's so much nicer. I agree.
Me?
You?
Talk about something good. Tell me something good.
Oh, for sure. There's lots. Just let me get my little stats up.
All right. Then you like to have stats.
No, I actually liked, I believe it was you, Mike. Or was it, who picked Hunter for their player for the poll?
Hunter Walker, you mean?
No, Money.
Oh, Money Hunter.
That's Sean Money White.
Yeah, it was Sean Money White.
I know, that was my pick.
Yeah. Nobody picked
I thought you
Hunter.
did.
No,
it was Vontae Diggs.
You had Vontae Diggs.
Did you say Hunter?
No,
or
we
one
had,
of the D.
No, we had Money White. We had
Brian Walker,
co-host Kenny, Brian Walker, and Vontae Diggs.
Okay, for some reason I thought on Twitter in our little messenger you said that Money was one of them.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
I'm Sean White.
I meant Sean White. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Money.
Yeah.
White.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, speaking of which, then,
excellent.
He was my player to watch or whatever for the last. I wanted to kind of keep an eye on him, and while he's leading the tackles in this game, so bravo! I'm glad because I've been kind of hard on him in my mind, like, oh, it's Money Hunter again, screw it up again, you can't keep up with your guy again. But I mean, in this game, he actually proved himself and had the most tackles in the defense, and of course, Mondo with another sack. Excellent, thank you so much, Mondo. Can always rely on you, big teddy bear.
That's right. Yes.
Again, like you said, repeated. Like Harris, I think is still doing great things, and I think will continue to do so. Obviously, Sean White, he was my pick for the poll. I think this team,
we went this far into the good without mentioning the guy who got us all the points.
Yeah. Well,
mention him. I good.
Well, okay. And I mean, it's a team effort too. Like you can't forget about Killian Kinger. Like,
yes,
they're the reasons why Sean is really as good as he is, because you need a good holder, and you need a good, what you call him, a snapper?
Snapping wins championships.
Snapper.
Kinger.
Very nice.
Somewhere Leanne's like, that's right.
So it's just good to have that reliable special teams, that portion of the special teams.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, the offense got us and Harris got us to the position on the field where Sean could hit all those field goals. But I mean, he still could hit from far away, and he's still the reason why we had the close of a game as we did. I guess you could say.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not all on him, but
he was the only one scoring,
and he broke a record. So, good for him. And there's lots of positives. Like, this was a hard team to play against. Like you said, favorite to win the Grey Cup, and we kept pace. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot, but I think I'd rather that now. Let's iron out the things now, because after Labor Day is when I start to panic.
Yeah, that's.
But we'll see how we do against them in Edmonton as well.
Yeah,
very true.
It up.
Very true.
It's loud there. Dang.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
they were voted the loudest fans in the CFL.
We got to be louder here. Absolutely.
Hey, we can bring it. It is loud down on Commonwealth.
Oh, sure.
On the field, just so you know.
They just got to get it going.
Yep.
Fill that lower bowl. Okay.
Right.
Another good thing I want to mention, and only because we talked about last week, the key of trying to shut down Andrew Harris, and the defense did. They did very well.
33 yards?
Yeah. He's like that. That's probably the best performance a defense has had against Andrew Harris for us ever.
I was going to say best Eskimo defense, no question.
Yeah. And that was really, really well done. And you had mentioned, Brian Walker, and he played a big role in that. I think he had some great stops.
Yeah, we had 3 sacks. He had a quarterback sack, and he had an interception.
Yeah, so
filling some big shoes well.
Did pretty well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a guy that was on the practice roster because we had Don Unamba.
Yeah. And here he comes.
He's doing all right.
What is that thing about practice roster guys that we always say? You never know when that next one is going to be there.
Walker, Brian Mitchell.
Yeah.
Zylstra.
That's, lots. You all right over there?
She's verklempt.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Any kudos to Winnipeg in this one?
Oh, no question.
Yeah, I knew there would be, but what do you...
No.
No. I hate them because they won. Bastards, all of them. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
They took advantage when they needed to. I mean, we were shooting ourselves in the foot, and they... Again, the stuff was Harris wasn't working, so Lucky Whitehead, who had 3 yards in the last game, came out and just tore it up. That was his homecoming for sure.
And man, that guy's got some speed.
He's got some acceleration.
Holy
it's the
cow.
hair.
It's very,
Helps
very
him
nice.
Blaze.
Well, and I got to give some credit here to the Bombers O-line too.
Yeah.
I mean, they held a ferocious D-line. I think we only got 2 sacks. So, compared to the week, I know it was only 2 because I picked the under on 2.5, and I was correct because I knew that Bomber O-line is good. But I mean, they really showed well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty good.
I think we were also a little more tentative because we were getting these roughing the passers. And
What? We don't get penalties.
I know.
Oh, that's going
Silly
back the wrong
Mike.
way. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about player of the game. So this was our first week that we decided to do a poll to get the fans to help us choose the player of the game. So, Mike, your pick
was Brian Walker.
Brian
we
Walker?
just talked about. Yeah, I thought he had an outstanding game. I knew that we were going to have other people, and I was sort of focusing on that defense, and I thought he played a great game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kayla, you had picked?
I had picked Sean White.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again,
it kind of goes without saying.
record.
Well, and it's hard because you love the whole team, right?
Sure.
And, I just have to start
He was most outstanding this game.
making myself a little different and stop picking the same people.
All right, that's fair. And then I picked co-host Kenny, who had 8
Great
catches
game.
for 108 yards.
Yep.
Probably should have had one go his way near the end of the game for the hands that he's had. But anyway, so we picked him, and then honorable mention, I thought, to Vontae Diggs, who again just stood out to me.
Yeah.
Really, really is standing out to me in every game. And this one, extra points for him because Matt Nichols slid and he stopped right away.
Yeah.
He didn't even breathe on him because he knew
He
that
made sure to touch him so he was down, but he didn't have to now because
just barely.
But that's the players you want, right? That's such a good thing to see is they actually learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
An interesting point on that. The 2 defensive players that we picked as players of the game were guys that weren't supposed to actually be starting.
That's true. Yeah.
I
Diggs
love
is
that.
in for
I love that.
Santos Knox, and Brian Walker's in for Unamba. So 2
Yeah.
guys that we didn't expect to even see the field, really.
Yes,
I'm very curious to
absolutely.
see how that's going to work once everyone's back to
when
their
people
house.
start getting healthy.
That's a
Yeah.
high-class problem.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
okay
A problem
with that.
we're glad to have.
Yeah, and then
exactly.
they might do some more rotations, right? So
Yeah.
these guys might still be seeing the
I'm
field.
okay with that.
That'd be great.
Keep
yeah.
them fresh and keep them hungry.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, the fans' vote, of course, was for Sean White.
Not a surprise.
7-7, Eskimo team record for points and for field goals in a game. Can't really argue that.
Yeah.
No question.
No. Money White. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's for points, but it certainly is for
I thought that's
for
what
a kicker. Yeah,
I thought that's what
right, but not
Brian
total
had said,
points
yeah.
because we've had someone have 5 touchdowns.
Oh,
in a
sure.
game.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
but now you're just getting picky.
I know.
By a kicker. Sorry.
Yes.
Most points by a kicker.
Right.
There you go.
Gosh.
That would happen. All right, let's take a really quick break, and then we will come back with our pick'ems and a little bit of an Ask Me Anything for the bye week.
Hey, how you doing? This is number 58, Travis Bond. You're listening to the Eskimo Empire Podcast.
You can join the Empire online.
Find us at eskempire.ca.
Check out all the new blogs and then follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
For more history, follow at Esks History on Twitter.
And even more of my pics on Esk Empire Photo.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to help the pod grow. Thanks again for listening. Let's get back to the show. Welcome back. Before we get to our pick'ems this week, we're going to take a quick second to talk about the Alberta Podcast Network. Now, we are very excited to join the network with some of our regular pod friends. Of course, 2 and Out and the Tight Ends pod are both in there.
Both great pods.
Absolutely. But there's like a whole bunch of shows to check out in the network. There's shows on arts, food. We all like food. Movies, business, politics, pop culture, and of course, a few sports ones.
Yep.
Kind of like us. Well, loosely based on sports. Now, of course, with the NHL free agent frenzy starting today, you should check out the Hockey Feels pod.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. It has an Edmonton fan, Steven Shapansky. I think I'm saying that right. Shapansky. That sounds brighter. And Flyer fan, Rachel Donner. Now, that's an interesting combo.
Yes, actually, no, I have a friend whose two favorite teams are the Eskimos and the Flyers.
Is that right? Interesting.
That's like my rival.
And it's like...
I've heard that the Flyers were named after an Edmonton team.
Really?
Yeah, the Edmonton Flyers.
Oh, neato.
Yeah, the guy that founded the team was,
Okay, well, maybe that's why. But anyway, they talk about how hockey can make us feel. And, of course, we know how excited people can get about that this time of the year. Yeah, lots of... I mean, if you're an Oiler fan, I would assume...
Anger and despair.
Anger and upset most of the time.
Panic and run.
But still, fun podcast to listen to. And, of course, you can check out all of the great shows on the network. You can find them at albertapodcastnetwork.com.
Yeah, if you like podcasts and everything else, it's a great place to start and see some really cool things you may not have otherwise found.
Well, and of course, and they're all Alberta based too, so it's kind of a neat connection between all these different shows all over the province.
Do they have any history ones?
Check it out.
Yeah,
find out.
I guess I'll have to check it out. But man, I love some history stuff.
Ooh, they got lots.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it all there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, AlbertaPodcastNetwork.com. There we go. Let's get to our pick'ems, shall we? Now, we can't really say what the standings are right now because the last game hasn't ended.
It's not going to end until the wee hours at this rate.
Because it's still in a weather delay. Actually, I think they were just getting back on the field as we're recording this now. But let's go through the games for this week and pick who is going to win and why. We'll start. The first one here is the rematch of last week's drubbing. This is Hamilton versus Montreal, now back in Montreal. So we'll start with you, Commissioner.
Oh, it just hurts. Like, I mean, I love me some Mazzoli, but dang, that was just a rip and a half.
It really was.
Oh, so, I'd like to pick Montreal just to give... I don't think I can. I tried. It wouldn't come out.
I saw the effort. Yeah.
So, with a painful Holy Mazzoli, I can't see Montreal winning. But you know what? I'd be okay if they did.
All right. That's fair.
But they won't. But, I'd be okay.
So, Hamilton it is. All right. Super fan.
This is where I insert the sound of a dumpster fire.
It sucks.
Montreal is one of those teams I think is going to improve this year, especially over last year, but it's just Hamilton is on a different level this year.
Absolutely.
Again, they've had the continuity a lot. I mean, they lost some of the defense.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you to us. Yeah.
But
Not a video podcast, Caleb, but that was a great dance.
That was a fantastic dance. So I'm not sure when Montreal is going to win their first game, but it's not this week.
Yeah. No, I would have to agree. This is going to be all sour. Hamilton once again, unfortunately.
Maybe closer.
Although maybe they'll make it closer. Maybe. There's a good chance. I mean, Montreal is no Toronto, but
they have a touchdown now.
What?
Toronto?
They touched down.
Wow.
They touchdowned.
Wow.
They did touchdowned.
Franklin?
They got...
Was it a turtle?
I
hope so. All right, you're going to check that out. All right, let's get to our next game. Winnipeg versus Ottawa in Ottawa. Oh, this is an interesting one to call. Super fan, where are you going?
I don't think that Winnipeg played great. In fact, I was following some Winnipeg fans, and they were not exactly thrilled with their team. They were thrilled with the result.
Yes.
But not with the team itself. Ottawa is surprising a lot of people. I'm actually going to call for an upset, and this is going to be an Ottawa win.
Wow. Really?
It's in Ottawa. I think that's what's going to happen.
All right, then. Wow. I did not see you going that way.
See?
I think Winnipeg now has a couple wins under their belt. So
they can lose.
And I mean, I wouldn't be upset if they did.
Right.
But I've picked Winnipeg to win this one. I really do think as a whole, they are the strongest team at this point. Now, at the end of the year, is it going to be?
Story.
I think more teams will have time to gel. I think it'll be more interesting. And Ottawa has been playing lights out. I think this is a very, very close game, decided within a point or
Ottawa.
two.
If it was in Winnipeg, I would have called it for a Winnipeg win.
Yeah, but I'm going to give the edge to the Bombers here.
Good. I get
Kayla?
some separation.
Well,
Nice.
Got Cheetos
You have
on
enough
my
separation. Shut up over there.
We'll see how this game goes.
Okay, well, now that I know it's in Ottawa, I think I also agree with Mr. Mike over there.
Oh, look at that.
Magic Mike?
She's
Just
a
kidding.
smart
Super
one.
bad Mike.
Yeah, it was based on me.
Yeah. I'll bet.
It was based on you? Was that the 1950s version?
Yes.
Of Magic? Okay, I'm just checking. Again, not a video podcast.
It's for your pleasure
I love
only.
It. It's outstanding.
Oh, that's wait. Cut that out. Your viewing pleasure
That
only.
starts the show. There you go. Okay, that's good. It's even better. Great.
I think Ottawa is going to pull it out. Yep.
Ottawa
Especially
is.
with our nation behind them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent. Next game, BC versus Toronto. This is in Toronto, so that's going to make a difference.
BC gets on the board.
Absolutely. BC gets to 1-3.
And then 1-4 the week after.
That's correct. I sure hope so, because I'm going to be there.
Yeah, you better bring your A game.
So, I'm gonna put this in the column of Mike Riley taking over and bringing that team back.
He was close against Calgary, but
man, that defense just failed him in the end. Absolutely failed him. He even put a lot of points on the board.
He did.
So anyway, go Lions. They got to win one sooner or later.
Yeah.
Kayla,
Agreed.
Mike.
Oh, yeah. I've already started off with this one.
Great.
I get in the win column.
That's
finally.
pretty easy. Okay. Next one is going to be an interesting one. Calgary versus Saskatchewan in Saskatchewan. Who do you got here, Kayla?
Nope, I refuse.
What? Are you taking the fifth on a pick?
I can't. I
like that.
I really want to see how Bo Levi is.
Okay.
Although he sucked while he was playing against BC, so really that might not matter. Ew, Calgary.
That's good. Again, I really need to rate the video because that's really the bodily expression at the same time is outstanding. Mike,
For your pleasure only. Okay.
Yes.
I was so excited during this last game, the BC versus Calgary game, because at one point, BC led by 3. It looked like they were going to hold Calgary, who was going to kick a field goal, and I'm like, I called the tie!
I know, it was so close!
I was like, come on. Speaking with JT West, who's been on the podcast a few times, he's like, oh, that can't happen because he'll be insufferable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm already insufferable.
Yeah,
Come on.
I would have absolutely loved that. It would have been outstanding.
I just would have retired at that exact moment. Back to this. Calgary, Saskatchewan again. I would love to see a tie.
Yes.
This is not your daddy
0-0?
Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Calgary
Stampeders.
No.
This is not the same team we've seen the last few years.
Yeah.
The fact that they were to come back and win does show that they still have something going, at least on offense, but that defense is not the same.
No.
Oh no.
And yeah, I know. It feels really
It's a heartbreaker.
really bad about that. Saskatchewan is surprising everyone on offense.
Yeah.
For an offense that was not great last year and their defense was strong, now it seems to be flipped.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I'm going to pick... Oh,
It hurts, right?
It does.
It really hurt. You got to push it out.
Look,
Give it all you got.
I remember having that conversation with my children way back when.
where were we? All right.
Yeah.
I'm picking a team.
I hope so.
I wouldn't be surprised with either team winning this game.
Oh wait, where is
honestly.
it? Is it
In Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
You know what? I'll call it for the Riders.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's hard, isn't it?
I feel dirty.
I know.
Get
I
through it
understand
too.
that.
There's gin.
No
right
matter
there.
which way I called it.
It was going to be bad no matter
Yeah.
what.
Can just like pour gin over you and like sanitize everything.
AKA holy water.
Yeah, love it. That's lovely. You know what? I'm going with the weed eaters this time too because
bad green.
Bad green. I just that defense is starting to get fired up in Saskatchewan, and they have the pieces. They just need the timing.
If you
who doesn't want to see Calgary go 1-2 to start the season? I do.
Ryan,
nice.
That's who doesn't want to.
Yeah,
what's Saskatchewan right now?
Pat him on the back.
1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
Soon to be
2-1. Quite likely. So, yeah, it could. I mean, I don't know. It's a tight one, but I think Saskatchewan pulls it off at home.
Yeah. No, Saskatchewan's 0-2. This will be their first one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, they'll be 1-2.
Oh,
right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I thought for sure you were going to pick the tie in that game too, and I was going to love it. But
if there would have been a tie against Calgary, BC,
that would have been outstanding.
Back-to-back ties for Calgary.
Yeah, outstanding. Well, we'll have to update our rankings next week, just because again the last game isn't over yet, so we can't pick that.
Oh, believe me, we can pick it.
Well,
you never know.
I meant we don't have the scores for tiebreakers.
That's true.
And things.
That's true.
Yes.
No, we know.
All right, our CFPN Fantasy League. Oh my goodness!
What a week for Travis to get hot.
Yeah, boy, did he ever!
Speak.
He really blew it out of the water this week.
Yeah.
It looks like you're gonna lose that one to Travis. I am holding a very slim lead over Steve from Piffles. I have a chance to get to 3-0, so I'm hoping that I can hold on to that, and the difference is going to be the Saskatchewan defense. So if they can start giving up some points and still win the game, that's fine by me. I'd be good with that. So last I looked for me, though, I think I was at 116 points, and so that's not a bad week. I'll take it.
Yeah, I was like closer to 90. All
right, then. Well, it happens. This week, I get, as we talked about last week, I get Ryan Coop from the Canadian Football Countdown, and you go back-to-back 2-outs with Travis Kura, and now to Brazilian Tie.
That's right, our Alberta Podcast Network brethren.
Absolutely, yes. You are getting the fun.
I'm getting smoked is what's happening.
Well, it might be.
Although you beat Ty.
What's this?
You beat Ty.
I did, yeah.
So you never know.
It's been a little off this week.
Every dog has his day.
There's our fun thing that we're going to do for being that we have no CFPN game preview.
Right.
Which, of course, follow all the great shows at Canadian Football Podcast Network, cfpodnetwork.ca. Okay. We are going to do a little bit of a Ask Me Anything. So I just threw out there, give us some questions that you want us to talk about, and we will talk about it on the show. So the first one came from Tina, our good friend out of Tie Cats Land.
Yes, awesome.
Why does whoever I pick for fantasy from your team have a crap week that week? There's an easy answer for this. It's because she has black instead of green.
There you go.
It's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can only holy mazzoli for so long.
The black sours it.
I think the thing is with Moss's system is that week to week is going to be different people.
It's very true.
So it's going to be very hard to predict for receivers who's going to have a great week.
Yeah, you almost have to pick 2 or 3 of them and hope you hit one of them.
Yeah,
and you need to pick CJ Gable.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, and she should know about picking CJ Gable.
Exactly.
It's all he was on her team.
Exactly.
See, when you actually use him, he gets lots of points.
Yeah,
you could just be like me, Tina, and be like the magnets trying to attract you, and then just bounce off each other. You're like, oh, right. So if I pick that team, then they'll.
Like
I get it.
And that's what it is. So reverse psychology. That's what you're saying.
No, it's just whatever I pick, it goes to the flusher. So
I see. Well, but
that's
Tina,
just the way it is.
If you want to continue that and pick like all BC Lions for next week, that'd be great. I'd be all right with that. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Next question came from Mandy, former guest who has been on the show. Will Simone Lawrence pay any penalty for the hit on Zach Caleros? And will he be used as an example as far as what's going on?
I'm not sure what an example
of what not to do. Like, are they going to
they're
going to throw the book at him basically, or
no.
He's going to pay a penalty. You can't not. It's not like he's saying I shouldn't have to pay any penalty.
Right.
He's just saying I shouldn't have to play 2 games because 2 games is in the CFL is a long time.
Well, and to equate it for some people who don't maybe follow it the same way. Two games in the CFL
football,
is like missing 10 hockey games.
10 or 12, yeah.
Yeah, like it's a fair number, right?
Yeah.
So,
although people are missing that amount in
sure.
the NHL.
Injuries,
Yeah.
I think it's coming from his side. They're going to say this is the first time that he's been suspended like this. This is not a repeat offender, not like we had with a certain Dirty Bird.
Yes.
So they're going to try and get it down to 1. He's going to pay at least that 1.
Yes.
So he will pay a kind of penalty. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. I'd like to see it stick with the 2, but that's going to be up to those who will decide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree.
and only the future can tell, right? Like if he repeats, then it's going to be...
Now he's no longer a first-time offender.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, I mean, I'm kind of just over the topic.
Yeah.
I just want it to just happen. I mean...
I'd be less over it if it was something against Trevor Harris.
Well, exactly. Yeah, and to be fair to Saskatchewan fans, I mean it's turned out rather well for them.
Yes.
In the long run. But I do think that he gets at least 1.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, he did something dirty.
Yeah, again, he's not asking to get 0.
Yes.
So he's definitely got to get 1.
I'm just a bitter Betty because it happened to Mike so often, but we never got justice for Mike. So.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. I do think, though, that there is... I mean, you kind of want to set a precedent.
Of course.
But it's hard to, right, between the PA and the league. So,
and it's also a part of the team's responsibility as well.
I just have the hardest problem if you are a victim of being hit like that, you pay the same union dues that the guy that they're protecting.
I agree.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, they have to represent their people. I mean, it's not like if there was one person suing the other, then they have. But because one person is saying, "I need help here," and the other one isn't.
And I think it's just more on what is the punishment for Simone rather than what kind of retribution will Zach get. Kind of, I think it's just more on the one guy rather than look. This is Zach. This is what happened. This is how many games. Because some people are saying, well, Simone should get 6 because Zach has 6.
Yeah,
but you can't do that.
No, I'm not saying.
And
I don't think that's correct. But that's just like kind of the things that I've seen / heard, and I don't agree with it. But that's the thing is because I think it's more about Simone than it is about Zach, and I think there's just that disconnect. And well, he is the one getting punished, so that's why he gets more airtime, if you will.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I do think he will get the 1 game. Now, along the same lines, good friend Ed,
who's also been on the show.
He has also been on the show. Does Zach Collaros have a job when he returns to the Riders lineup with how well Cody Fajardo is playing?
Oh, absolutely.
And if so, how short is the leash?
Oh, he absolutely has a job. No question.
Okay.
Not as a quarterback.
Thank you.
I was going to say, I don't think at this point.
Here's my thing.
Water boy?
I don't.
Something.
Cheerleader?
Well, except he's ugly, Sidney Crosby.
I didn't say with the cheerleaders on the sidelines. Like, you can do it, Fajardo.
Got it.
Well, he's got to be calling in signals and stuff.
Yeah.
He could be be the green and white gold dancer.
Only if he's one guy, because if there's 2 guys doing signals and one of them whacks him on the head.
That's it.
It's no Danny or James.
I personally think that it doesn't matter if there was a job for him or not. He needs to start looking at life after football. He should not be going on that field again.
No, not this season.
No, not ever. Like,
not to
he
play.
had 3 concussions in less than a year.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're allowing it.
I mean, if honestly, even if the team said yes, okay, we'll put you back out, that's kind of negligent on the team's part. I think,
and the doctors, wouldn't it too? Because how could you as a doctor?
Well, but
plus
if
Fajardo's
they
winning.
clear him, and Fajardo's winning, that's another side point to it. But
close in the last game, but I mean,
this game Zach's family has got to sit him down and say no more.
Because I was going to say, what
can
the team do if Zach wants to play? Like, ultimately, unfortunately, it's his decision, even if it's a negligent one. Like,
but if they have a winning quarterback,
I'm
taking
Fajardo out of it. Yeah. Just talking about like Zach and stuff. Like, the team has a responsibility, and they can put their foot down. But at the same time, like, how much power do you give the team over a player who wants to play and is clear? just hypothetically speaking, right?
Right.
So I think I agree with you, though.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. Like, he's young, and that's what sucks.
Yes.
But your health is more important, unfortunately, than something that you love this much. I mean, that doesn't mean you have to quit football. Just probably
a different spot where you're not getting hit.
Look at Buck Pierce. Look at Matt Dunnigan.
Absolutely.
A lot of guys have had concussions.
Be a holder. I mean, Kilgordon's killing it.
You're gonna perfect. You can still get hit there. Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah, I agree.
Even uglier.
Anyway, that's my feeling on it. But all right. Now, I think we kind of answered this question already, but Wade had asked, why on short yardage on third down do you line up in shotgun formation and hand the ball off 5 yards into the backfield, thereby turning a 3rd and 1 into a basically turnover, knowing full well the defense has 9 guys in the box? And the answer to that is because the rec laws told you to.
Stop the insanity.
Blame them.
3rd and 1 from the gun.
Pitchforks and knives and...
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. Get up on the line. We already talked about it in the game wrap-up.
Get
up on the line and lean in. Yeah, that's what it should be. Now, CFL America asked an interesting question.
Smitty!
Yes. He said...
silly question.
Why did the Esks steal the Packers' uniform colors?
I already answered this on Twitter.
Yes, but I'm letting you answer it on here.
The Packers didn't because we went green and gold in 1949. The Packers were blue.
Ooh.
And gold.
Blue.
And did not switch until green and gold until Lombardi came.
Rubbers.
There's Lombardi for you. In 1959, 10 years later. Rubbers. And they were wearing metallic gold, same as us. And we switched just a couple years later to the more modern gold.
Yes.
We can call it. And then they did after as well.
Thieves.
Yep. You see? No. They just went... They were just
better.
Wanting to... what is that?
They wanted to emulate our winning ways.
Oh,
right.
the highest form of...
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yes,
that's right.
it.
That's really what it was. Yeah. It's like, wow, look at how good that team is up there. We should be like them.
Thanks, Smitty.
Yep. Appreciate that.
Oh.
All right. Spitzka on Twitter asked, has Jim Pop reached his expiry date? Long ago reached it, or is still a good GM? What are your thoughts on that one, Superfan?
Oh, I know I don't want to stand in between Spitzka and Lori Bursey.
Yeah, no, me either.
You know what? I don't think you can just forget and stop being a good GM.
Yes.
Your job is to find the guys that can play. But is he putting the right people in positions to coach? I don't know.
Well, and the thing is, he really only picks the head coach, and then the coach picks the other coaches that he wants with him. Right? Right.
Is that something that maybe a year from now they're going to see it turn around too?
Exactly.
You can't just keep switching your head coaches and your systems. And
they're not even 2 full years out of winning the Grey Cup.
Right.
So it can't be that bad.
Well, they also had Ricky Ray. I mean,
no, I understand that.
Pop does well when he's got a really good quarterback.
Yes. Yeah. Calvillo, Ray. Yeah. I get it. But he does have a very good quarterback. They just have nobody to protect him. Poor Turtle stands back there and gets run over by all these cars because there's nobody blocking for him. Zero. There's just no. When you have no offensive line, you can't win a game.
We wouldn't know what that was like some years.
Yeah, no kidding. So
this year's great.
This year it's wonderful for us, but
it's
not
determined.
So much for Argos. Is it over?
No, there's 2 minutes left, but
this lead is safe.
Okay. All right, that lead is safe. Okay.
Very much.
All right then. I don't know that Jim Pop is a bad GM. I don't think he's past his expiry date.
No,
I think he needs to find other guys, and this is only his 3rd year doing it too. Yep. So got to give him a little bit, give him a little time to figure that out, right? Chamberlain is only his 2nd head coach, so usually you get a chance to have 2 head coaches and see what happens.
Yep.
And they need to make some balance there. Yeah,
they got to do something.
Chapdelaine on offense does not help.
It's unfortunate when the 3 worst teams so far are the ones in the biggest markets.
Yeah, it's very true. All right, so that was our fun little AMA section.
Yeah, it was kind of fun little mini AMA.
Yeah, we'll try and do that when we're coming into a bye week. We'll just open it up and let people ask us some questions. They can ask football or CFL or whatever. They can ask us whatever they want, and then we'll just
that can be dangerous.
It is, but it sure makes for some fun stuff. Again,
Star Wars.
I'll turn on the video podcast.
Oh, if we're lucky.
Yeah, that would be
Star
good.
Trek.
All the good things.
All the good
Ending with Star.
It is. Stars on
Stargate.
Ice.
I love Stargate.
Sure.
Perfect. I can't wait for you to answer those questions.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What's the difference between an axle and a Salga?
No clue.
What am I, Rod Black?
Or are you? Wait. Did I do
is.
that right?
You
I
did.
don't know. Okay.
Anyway, I actually know the answer. Go figure.
It's no, right?
There is a difference, yeah.
No, I thought you're not Rod Black. That's what I was answering.
I mean, I was going to say no one's. I've actually got a picture of me with Rod Black, so I guess we have been in the same room. At the same
okay.
time.
All right then.
Absorb some of his energy.
Is that what I did?
Oh, is that?
It's all this osmosis. That's why I know about figure skating.
It must be that. It must be that. All right. Well, thanks, guys. This was fun.
Yeah.
Glad you're back, Commissioner, for us to chat more. Where does everybody find you again on the Twitters?
At Duchess Lombardi. And my other one, just go look on my Duchess Lombardi because I can never remember the handle.
Excellent. Esk Empire Photo.
Yeah.
That's the
I
one.
was going to say, I couldn't remember that one either. But I remember mine.
And
that's
do you?
At 56 Parkies.
Are you sure?
Very.
Okay, good. All right. You can find me at Freepalicious and, of course, the show at Esk Empire Pod. Make sure that you pop over and follow Pay It Forward with Football on Facebook. Get those nomination ins to Quentin and Samantha. And, of course, make sure you check out all the shows both on the Alberta Podcast Network and the Canadian Football Podcast Network. Of course, we are part of the Alberta Podcast Network that's powered by ATB. Make sure you find us too. All of our social channels, you can find them all on the links on eskempire.ca. We will be back next week to set up the game in BC, and we will have a literal giant guest in the Turf District. It's great.
Not Andre.
No, but not
which is
far
good.
off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not with us.
What's the
Yeah.
Friendly Giant song again?
Well, pardon? That was copyrighted.
That took
can't
a
sing
look.
it.
Yes.
The Friendly Giant song?
I'm
we'll
thinking.
find it.
Yeah, anyway.
All right, we'll find it later.
We're not doing another polka dot door rendition.
No, we're not. Not right now. No, exactly.
Oh, I'm singing Theodore in my head. Theodore. He's a friendly tugboat. Something, something, something.
Oh, my goodness. All right, one question for this week. Are we ready for a break and to get back on track next week?
Absolutely.
For Commissioner Kayla and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening. Find more great shows like this at CF Pod Network on Twitter.